What's good? Jake here, bringing you all of the news, all of the Final Fantasy news that has happened in the last 48 hours to the best of my knowledge. Not too much to report on here, couple of derps, a couple of informative bits. Let's go! Final Fantasy XI. Oh boy, I never thought I'd be using that digit again. 11. I thought that was dead and buried and we'd never be seeing the light of day of it again, but they've come out to my pleasant surprise and announced a reboot for the mobile, or for smartphones. Nexon is making a mobile version of FF11. It's been announced in the Nexon Developer Conference in South Korea this week, noting that the game runs on Unreal Engine 4, it's in development for iOS and Android, and is stated to be released this year in North America, Europe, Japan, South Korea and other regions in Asia. One of the highest trending YouTube videos for Final Fantasy XV right now is a 2-hour podcast done by Gaming Informer, an exclusive news, information and answers video for Final Fantasy XV, although they do touch a little bit on the Final Fantasy VII remake, but by the looks of it, members of the Game Informer channel visited Square Enix's office, development studio should I say, got to ask loads of questions, and while I've not watched the whole thing yet, probably only watched about 80% of it, they touch on things like the radio in the car, the bits on the characters, what we might expect from the storyline, what Final Fantasy XV's inspiration was. I think they said 5 and 6 was, there's a lot of 5 and 6 in the game inspiration, from 5 and 6, a little bit from 8 as well. Really good podcast, give it a listen if you've got 2 hours. Final Fantasy XIV has come out and announced a collaboration with Yokai Watch. I am awful with Japanese pronunciation. I'm going to go with Yokai Watch though, that's what I'm sticking with. They've announced a collaboration. We're going to be getting Yokai Watch series being presented as minions, themed weapons, equipable Yokai Watches, and even a Whisper flying mount. That's all going to be coming along with the, what is it called? Revenge of the Horde, that's it. Patch 3.3, Revenge of the Horde. World of Warcraft even tweeted about it just recently, which I thought was quite funny. To think that some guy is paid to do this. An employee at Kotaku has taken on the project for the next 5 months of playing every Final Fantasy from 1 to, well, he says in order, so I'm guessing from 1 to 14, from 13, not sure whether he's going to include the MMO, not sure if he's going to include games like Crisis Core, sequels, prequels, I don't know, but some lucky bastard gets to play all the Final Fantasy games over the next 5 months, and basically he's going to talk about how the series has evolved over the past 30 years, trying to answer questions like why has Final Fantasy resonated with so many people, what makes it so special, what exactly does it mean for a game to feel like a Final Fantasy. Basically, I think it's just some bullshit for some guy to play Final Fantasy at work for the next 5 months. Fair play to you, mate. This story makes me laugh. This story cracks me up, which is really mean, because it shouldn't. But some poor sod called Seraph, he was going for a Final Fantasy X speedrun world record, was absolutely smashing it, set for breaking the record, then 22 hours and 54 minutes in, so around about 20 minutes left before he set the world record, he slipped up, got himself killed, and basically lost himself the world record. Now, what killed him? You'd expect it to be penance or nemesis, but what made it all the funnier was that it was a Great Marlborough, which, considering that Marlboroughs are the bane of every Final Fantasy player's life, just made it all the more ironic. I want them so bad. Final Fantasy Master Creatures Volume 1 on FF Museum. They are coming out and releasing more. Releasing more of the Volume 1 pack that was released back in September 2006. Only 600 were made. 5 regular figurines and 1 special edition. And we have the likes of Bahamut, Tiamat, Ifrit, Leviathan, Major Sisters, and Kefka. I want them. I want them. Master Creatures Volume 2 and 3 will arrive soon. Can't wait to see what they look like. The Final Fantasy XIV The Art of Eorzea book is back in stock now at $29.99. Herpaderp. Wikipedia tried making their featured article section about lightning today. Unfortunately, they tweeted #FF10. Found it quite amusing, especially when Final Fantasy tweeted back, "Thanks for the shout out, but lightning is from 13, not 10. Oh boy. That's about it, my fellow peasants. That's about everything that's happened in the world of Final Fantasy in the last 48 hours, to the best of my knowledge. Only other thing I could announce is I'm going to be starting a video series of my own, starting at 13 and working back. 13 is the best, 12 is the best, 10 is the best. Basically talk about each Final Fantasy, why you might consider it to be the best one, why some people do consider it the best one. Basically compiling what made that Final Fantasy, everything that was awesome about that Final Fantasy. So look out for that, and I'll see you again in 48 hours.
何やってんだ